A lot of vatos need to understand when you got pride in your barrio. This is my barrio, and I die for my barrio. How much can you die for your barrio?
Talk to me how your music career began and why you just stopped doing it.
I think it has to do a lot with my, I've been, shout outs to Bill Walker. I've been with Bill Walker for over 20 years, just being licensed, but after 20 years, I was able to get signed to them. So many years being independent, I was able to follow the steps that always my mentors always told me, to follow the steps. And just struggling going out there and trying to always try to keep myself as a businessman, not try to bring the streets into the business. And after so many years in the industry as an artist, I finally was able to take a not really a break but a pause, because I started focusing on allá in Mexico, el talento in Mexico, the talent, these rappers. It was like over 10 years ago, I started focusing. I had a lot of artists that you see now, like Hiatus, Alemán, Tren Locote, El Pinche Mara. I mean, the list goes on with all these kids that now they got the millions and millions, but a lot of people didn't know how deep I was studying the rap Mexicano.
That's huge.
Yeah, so I started bringing it to the table. So I brought it to one of my mentors, which is Henji, the brother Iboy, the DJ for Ice-T. I brought it to him. Then we presented it to Ice-T. Ice-T loved the idea. He co-signed it. So, because Ice-T got the art of rap, because I'm one of the syndicate. I'm part of the syndicate, so I've been with Ice-T close to 30 years.
Wow.
And that's why I was able to experience all this business and music and how to go on by, from nothing to something. So from there, Ice-T was looking at the whole picture. So we ended up putting art rap Latino, not just art rap, but we were able to use the same logo that art rap does with the Ice-T and all that stuff.
Okay.
So that's what the logo looks the same as the one we're using,
Right.
And it kept going like that, but things happen that I don't want to talk about, because I don't like to, put nobody on blast.
No problem.
Things didn't went the way it's supposed to, for who knows. So I kind of said, you know what? I've been pretty much putting 19 years of my whole energy and dedication to it, and I'm already having people in Mexico like, what's up, because it was crazy, because you have names like Ice-T. You got all these names right here that are ready to get involved with what I presented, but people are questioning like, yo, they're already we're already on 4 years. What's up, and then 9, 10. So I had to put a pause to it, and I had to shut it down and get back to Spider.
It was frustrating.
Yeah, so then I started building more and more to do more like for my pueblo y los niños and all that stuff. So then I started coming back as Spider, and when I came back, man, I came back strong with a record deal. Thanks, shout outs to Thumb Records, and then my tour bus, my whole album. I was able to learn how to record myself. Thanks to Dennis as well, that was one of the mentors that was mentoring me from plan A to plan B and all that stuff,
Without saying any names, when you say you started kind of learning the business, and there was a guy that SK Mob had an issue with, but you were working with him at the time.
Yeah, you know what? Yeah, because at the time we were working as a team,
Okay.
and when I know that things ain't going right, I gotta put a limit to it, because I don't want to be able to get that type of experience that I'm gonna have that type of issue with the person.
Right.
So I try to always leave something positive. No,
Don't burn a bridge, and it's a business.
Exactly.
But why do you think that is? That especially in I don't know if you want to call it Chicano rap or just Raza rappers, that a lot of times it's And even not even just in rap in general, man. It seems like a lot of these guys are so talented, but a lot of times they're busy fighting one another instead of finding a way to work one another.
I think it has to do a lot with attention, because we raza, a lot of we somos bien emocional. We're emotional, especially that it's good to be emotional because that shows that you got a heart.
My wife says passionate.
You know what I mean? Passionate, But I think it has to do a lot with so much that people are looking and how much they want because of not having what they're looking at now. And to me, Chicano, the way I learned about Chicano es el mexicano que viene de México para los Estados Unidos y se convierte en un chicano. Eso es lo que yo aprendí de chicano. That's the way that they told me cuando estaba en México, lo que era el chicano. Y luego como las películas de Cornelio Reinas, el chicano que vino a los Estados Unidos y se convirtió el chicano, que agarró sus papeles, ahora es chicano mexicano.
Pues la cosa de chicano es no es mexicano y no es americano.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like he's somebody that's in between both worlds.
Es un nombre que lo adoptaron. It's like some type of name that it was adopted to that paisano that comes from Mexico to the Estados Unidos.
Right.
I mean, and then the Chicano as well comes with, I guess, with the whole pride about Chicano, mexicano. Como yo he dicho, hey, soy chicano, mexicano, soy Estados Unidos, pero vengo de familia mexicana. I don't know. I mean,
no, it seems like cuando fuiste al pueblo, it changed something in you. It sparked something in you. Am I wrong by saying that?
No. You're not wrong. I mean, trabajando en el cerro, understanding what it is to work hard.
What is to be a Mexican.
Yeah. Cómo escarbar para cuando vas a hacer el baño, cómo escarbar tu propio pozo. And ir en like wake up like 3 in the morning, go fucking get the burro, go get some leña. If you go after you done working on me, if you ain't got no leña coming down, my boy, you ain't gonna eat. You know what I mean? There ain't gonna be no water to take a shower, my boy.
Hey, some fools don't understand that shit, huh?
Yeah, nah, man. And you know what? Era más como you didn't have so much food. The food that I was more familiar with, it was las tortillas a mano con some sal in there like that y rolarlas esas madres así.
Para que te llenes, güey.
Sí, y los frijoles, pues, and sometimes you had to clean them, y todavía grabanar el pinche lote, lo que sea, para...
Now, you went over there just to go, or...?
Era parte del proceso of being a fuck up, whatever you want to call it. It's just, like normally, like familia mexicana. Ay, cabrón, no vas acá, te vayas para México.
Vete para México, one of those.
No, vas a ver, cabrón, te voy a llevar para allá y te dejaban allá.
Y hay mucha gente que cree que van a ir a rancho, van a ir a como Beverly Hills Rancho. That's
yeah,
rancho.
Like, oh, what's going on here, man? What's going on? Oh my God, this is nasty, man. Dude, it's not in Cali here, man.
Hey, con la cubeta bañándote, güey.
Serio, güey. What's this, man? It's not over there, man.
Oh, shit.
I miss home.
Yeah, dude, and just, I mean, just everything, man. La pobreza. Over there, la pobreza, but they keep it going, brother.
But you know what, though? Every time, cuando porque le decían pochos, cuando vivían todos los de aquí, iban para México, todo, ahí era el pinche pocho, vino del norte, el cabrón viene del norte.
Yes, for sure.
Y luego de allí, luego las morras, hey, mándale saludos, dile que le mandé saludos.
Pues que los papeles, güey.
I guess saludos was some type of word that I used to use when, like, saying, hey, I like you, or something.
Like a code word for I like you.
Yeah, like a code word. Yeah, I like you. Saludos, hey, mándale saludos. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, what? Saludos. Okay, saludos. Pues
le mando los saludos.
I'm like, damn.
So when you came back over here, then you stopped doing the rap thing. How'd you start coming back to it now?
Well, you know what? It's not like I left it. I just kept it a little bit, more indoor, and I put a pause to the way that I normally will produce for Spider, el negocio, lo que sea. So because I had a man like Ice-T co-signing the project, so I couldn't do so much. I had to focus on one thing because I can't be everywhere. and especially when you're dealing with so many platforms that are very like all these big people, you don't want to lose focus on what you need to do because you got a
Right.
job. And I had to wear like 17 different belts, but so that way it could be structured, administrated right. That way it could make sense. Or else, why they're gonna, why I'm going to all this meeting and all these millionaires. I'm sitting with millionaires
El spider
and
under
all
the
that stuff. You
meetings.
know what I mean? And I'm
That's
the only
right.
Mexicano en la raza. Hay güeros y hay negros y gabachos, but I'm the only raza. You know what I mean? So I'm like trying to keep that movement going, my boy. And
That's right,
to
homeboy.
look at a better picture than just rapping about whatever it is.
Right. So what kind of books have you written?
La vida y mi porvenir. La vida. One is called Mi vida, mi sufrimiento, mi éxito. It comes from being nothing to being something. I think that one of the books that I wrote, the main focus is about solution, not excuses. Because if I wasn't, if I come from nothing, like I'm saying, if I come from nothing to being something, it's because eventually I found my solution within myself. And as well as writing kids books. Why I want to write kids books, because I want to be able to then to understand that it's not like normally they could talk to somebody about what they're going through, because they're still youngsters, they're still kids, they don't know how to express themselves. But at least I could write a book where we could communicate without them talking to me, just reading me. And that way we could communicate like that, because I was once a kid going through what they're going through right now.
Okay.
It's like when they will tell me, how is it that you know so much of kids when you're not even a father at the time? It's like I don't have to be a father to know about a kid, because I was once a kid and I always wanted to know that what I wanted that I didn't have. So if I'm seeing the next child, the next kid, going through what I went through, that what he couldn't have, you know what I mean? We could communicate, you know?
Yeah, that's beautiful, dude. That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, how did you transform into the spider you are now, the gentleman you are now? Because I'm sure there was a point in your life that you were just a cold-hearted guy. You were just a gangbanger.
Yeah.
It was all just about the hood, and
Yeah,
nothing but the
exactly.
hood, homeboy. So how did you said you found the solution. How did you find the solution within yourself?
I think by going through so much as a kid, and falling in love with so many my camaradas, my homeboys, que eran como mis carnales, and losing them, and seeing different tragedies, losing myself in drugs, addiction, like not really addiction, but like I felt like if I was going towards that way, um, falling into a lot of depression, suicide, understanding that I was growing. I was not that one kid that I was didn't care. I understand that I was becoming a man. I knew that life was getting harder for me. It was not, seeing good homies gone away, locked up. I knew that the barrio was not being the same that I used to grow up on. So I think that's what made me understand a little bit better that I gotta go ahead and wake up. But I cannot just leave my barrio like that. So I'm not gonna leave. I'm gonna change it up, because whatever I destroy, I help rebuild.
Sir.
And that's what kept me my respect with my barrio, my community, because what makes it so beautiful, my accomplishments, is that I don't have to see that mother. I don't have to see that person walking to the next, crossing the street because I'm coming. I mean, honestly, not to get too emotional, but it does hurts, because we live in the same barrio, in the same community. I'm not trying to hurt nobody. I don't know why they trying to walk away to the next, why they walking to the next sidewalk. I'm not doing nothing, and it will really hit me. You know what I mean? And eventually I had to correct that. So I had to start with myself. I had to respect myself. I had to value myself. And I know I could be something in my barrio, something productive, that homies could count on, and I think that's what has to do a lot, that it goes real passionate for me, because now it feels beautiful to know that that person that once was walking to walking to the crossing the street basically to the next sidewalk. You know what I mean? It's like it's beautiful that we could walk together. You know what I mean? And cuando
Yes.
pasamos, hey, que Dios la bendiga. Hey, muchacho, ¿cómo estás? And because changing everything negative to positive, and I think a lot of vatos need to understand when you got pride in your barrio. This is my barrio, and I die for my barrio. How much can you die for your barrio if you got all these people like scared of you? You're like a terrorist in your own barrio. How good do you feel that this is your barrio when you're terrorizing your own barrio, your own community? We should be looking out for each other. Plant some trees, bring some parks. Try to get back to your own barrio. If you feel so much proud about your barrio and you got it in your chest or whatever you got it, and you feel that pride and you will die for it, why don't you get back to it?